am pleased and proud of the board that we have finished these two very important standards in time and in a very effective way, because I really think that the standards are clear, they're applicable, and they're high quality standards, in short. So I should say that I'm very pleased, but this does not mean that we have to lay back and rest. It means that we have to do a lot more work now that the standards are out. We have to do a lot of work raising awareness of various constituencies about the importance and the new provisions of the standards. And I would specifically single out constituencies such as national standard setters, regulators, and professional accounting organizations around the world, who have to be the people that will be adopting, using, implementing, and regulating the standards. Now, we, of course, also will have to undertake a very strong encouragement, especially to the corporate governance community, those charged with governance, to assume the elevated role that the standards provide for in their relationships with the auditors of their companies, both in the non-assurance services chapter and in the fees chapter, as it were. They have to receive communications, they have to express their concurrence, they have to be important factors in decision-making that ensures the independence of auditors. So we are going to, in fact, over this whole year, embark on a large outreach program, including a variety of methods, staff papers, webinars, direct outreach with particular stakeholder communities, and other materials, so as to socialize the new standards, which, as I said, are very, very important. Now, aside from that, there are two other areas that I would like to mention as follow-up work by the Ethics Board. One is that we're in the process, in fact, we're in the middle of working on a revision of the definition of listed entity and public interest entity. In fact, we have an exposure draft out right now, and we're expecting stakeholder responses on our proposals. Our plan is to finalize this by the end of the current year. And of course, since NAS and fees especially apply to public interest entities, as I explained, the definition of public interest entity will in effect be very important, so that firms, auditors know which entities to treat as public interest entities with additional independence requirements and which not to. So I believe that the work on public interest entities is highly interdependent with the application of these new standards. And we would hope that, as I said, we are able to deliver a complete standard in this area by the end of this year. Finally, let me mention a third thing which is important. Having finished NAS and fees provisions, we now prioritize a work stream that we have been working on for several years, and this is the work stream related to new technology and the implications of new technology for the ethics code. In this area, we certainly hope that we're going to be able to put together and publish and circulate, make available some non-authoritative materials regarding the applicability of these new provisions to services and processes that are much more technologically based than the traditional non-audit services that are well known as of now. And I think that this is going to be very important because essentially it's going to facilitate the application of the new standards for new technological products and processes, excuse me. More broadly, our work on technology will be focused on finding ways as to how to make the code more technology aware and, as much as possible, technology proof for future users. And this, of course, involves not only NAS and fees, but the entire area of independence, which is a very important area, as well as other portions of the code relating both to auditors and professional accountants in business. So that would be, I would say, one of our comprehensive strategic priorities in the time to come.